There once was a young man who was employed at a factory. He learned from his mentor, an elderly technician, to talk less and act more, and to never stop honing his abilities in all facets of the factory's operations. After the young man became a technician, the elderly man retired. 10 years later, he kept up the same level of commitment and diligence in his work as he had been taught. He went to see his mentor one day. When the elderly man noticed that he didn't appear joyful, he inquired as to what was wrong. With a heavy heart, the young man sighed and said, "I have been following your directions exactly for all these years. I remain silent and concentrate on my work regardless of the task at hand. I am confident that I completed my work at the plant well and acquired all the necessary skills. I find it incomprehensible that although the guys without my experience or skills have all been promoted, my pay has remained the same as it was when I was your trainee. Are you positive that you have become indispensable to the factory?" inquired the elderly man. Nodding, the young man said, "Yes." The elderly man stood and moved, reflecting. After some time, he turned to face the young man and said, "You have to ask for the day off, with any justification you choose. You need to take some time for yourself." This counsel startled the young guy at first, but the more he considered it, the more sense it made. He hurriedly left after thanking his teacher to request a time off. The manager called him into the office when he got back to work after his day off to let him know that not everything at the plant went according to plan. Others ran across numerous issues that he would have handled naturally, and they were clueless about how to resolve them. Seeing how important he was, the manager made the decision to elevate him to senior technician in order to express gratitude and motivate him to continue doing well. The young man was appreciative of the insight from his tutor. This must be the key to success, he reasoned. From then on, the young man would take days off any time he thought he should have been receiving more. He'd return the next day to find everything improved to his satisfaction. For months, this trend persisted. The young man discovered one day that he couldn't enter the factory. He was shocked to learn that his job had been terminated. It was beyond his belief. He returned to meet his mentor, desperate to try and find out how things had gone so wrong. "Why did I lose my job?" With wounded pride, he asked. "Did I not do everything as you instructed?" The old guy shook his head and said, "Actually, you did not, because you heard only half the lesson. It was immediately clear to you that an always-on light bulb is an eyesore. People only become aware of it and realize they've been taking it for granted when it turns off. You left before hearing the second half because you were so ready to put this knowledge into practice." Second half? The young man started to realize that maybe he had made a major error. What was the second half? The second half, more important than the first, is the realization that if a light bulb goes out frequently, it will eventually be replaced with one that is more reliable. The mentor said slowly in order to convey his point. Who would desire a light bulb that is unreliable in terms of illumination? You observe in life, in your own existence. Do you have family members and friends who you take for granted since they are always there for you? If so, don't wait for that day to come when you understand how important they are. Instead, express gratitude today for your good fortune in having them in your life. Don't allow yourself to be taken for granted, but at the same time, do your work and don't quit everything you do just because it doesn't go the way you want it to go. Find balance in life, and life will reward you by giving you the balance back. Thank you for watching, and may you remain blessed.